Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abel and we are back with Football Manager 2020 and Music in Motion with Nashville SC. I've got a lot to get through today, so it might be a bit of a long one, but lots of things have happened. So I'll go through them one by one and then we'll jump into today's match. We're away against Sporting Kansas City, who are 12th. So hopefully it'll be a good result. We've been fantastic off camera. I believe we won every game, so really, really good. But I've got a few bits to go through before we get to that. We'll start with the end of last episode because we took on Atlanta United. I was 1-0 up and it got to like the 3rd minute of stoppage time and FM crashed. So unfortunately I lost that game, but I decided to keep it because it was almost done. I didn't really want to go in and re-record it because I was a bit short for time. Basically my laptop is like on its last legs. The battery is like almost out. I can't really use it without plugging it in. Some of the keys aren't working very well. They keep falling out. The memory is very low and sometimes runs out, which is why the game crashed, because the game told me I was out of memory, out of RAM. So that's what happened basically. So I was in 2 minds about whether to play until I got the same result, because it looked like we were going to win 1-0. I think it was the very last minute, or whether I should just take whatever result I get. I decided to just play it once and take whatever result I got because it was out of my control. It's not like I've reset. We got 1 goal more than we did in that game. I don't think it's bad. But yeah, it was a 2-0 win. McCarthy and Hinman scored the goals and Atlanta had a red card as well. Mo Adams got sent off. I think the difference was, I think it was 1-0 and I think a Cam might have scored it. But hopefully it won't affect things too much. If we end up like finishing in the playoffs by 1 goal, then I might feel a bit guilty, but I don't think 1 goal is going to make too much difference, do you? Okay, that's point 1 out of the way. Next, number 2, transfers. We've made some transfers. We've not long left to go in the season. And yeah, we've made some signings basically because we've sold Hani Mukhtar. Yeah, Hani Mukhtar has left the club and he's gone to Leon in Mexico. He's been on my transfer list all season. We had a few offers for him a while ago, but they were nowhere near what I wanted. They were like $5 million. I put an asking price of 6. And then, you know, he started performing this season. He got a few goals. He's actually been quite good for me. So I decided to up it, you know, about $10 million, something like that. And Leon came in initially offering like $6 million. But, you know, I pushed them up and eventually we got, I think it was about $7.5 million up front. And then, you know, add-ons and appearance clauses and stuff. Eventually, $10.75 million could rise to 11.5. I think that's good money for, I know he's our best player. We've just sold our best player, but I think that's pretty good money. And with that, and with a designated player out, we can essentially buy 3 players by selling 1. So I think it's a good piece of business and it's good money. So with that, I have managed to get some players in, and for the first time in ages, our registration is actually, we're underspending, and by quite a lot as well. So we can bring in probably 1 or 2 more players, and the foreign transfer window is now open as well. If it says, yeah, foreign transfer window open. So we can buy players, we can still trade players as well. So there's plenty of option to do that. I think it's something we can definitely look at. So we've got 3 players in and we have 1 more on the way as well. We'll start off with Simone Panada, who is a player on loan from Atalanta in Serie A. He's only 2.5 stars, but he's got 5-star potential. He's a defensive midfielder. So him and Nick Besler are going to be the 2 sort of rotating like defensive midfielders, and this guy looks good. He's only 19, very good marking and tackling. Defensively he looks very, very good. He's aggressive, good decision making, hard worker, not too strong, so hopefully he can, you know, win the ball without actually having to use a lot of muscle, because it looks like he needs to hit the gym. Gleison is a wide player that we've brought in from Portimonense. He's Brazilian, he's 26, and he looks very, very solid. We were lacking in wide options because I think the areas that we needed to try and get players to replace Mukhtar was out wide and in central midfield. Mukhtar naturally was a cam, but because we're now playing a different setup, we don't use central attacking midfielders. I think getting central midfielders and wide players was probably more suitable. We've got him for just $235,000 from Portimonense, who play in the top league in Portugal. We also managed to get a trade in, and it's a player that I've been eyeing all save, Alejandro Pozuelo. We have got him on a trade from Toronto FC. He looks great. He is a central attacking midfielder, so he can move up there if we do want to try and go a little bit more attacking, if we need, you know, a goal or a result. But he's been playing as an advanced playmaker for me in central midfield. He's very good, 4.5 stars, and again, we've signed him from Toronto on a trade, and yeah, I think it's a good deal. We also got $60,000 of targeted allocation money, but we've given them our first draft pick from next season and also Orlando City's first pick from the following season. That doesn't matter to me too much because I'm not going to be managing that season. After this season, I'm done with Nashville. So we haven't really lost anything there. It's just going to affect what happens in the future, which we're not going to look at. So it's cheating a bit because we're offering stuff that I don't really care about, but we've got Pozzuelo in, and yeah, he looks very good. He played for Swansea quite a while ago, back when they were in the Premier League. He had a brief spell with Swansea, and yeah, he looks very good. 29 at the peak of his career. He's earning an awful lot. He's earning $73,000 a week, so we've had to move around a lot of transfer stuff, but because we've sold Mukhtar, we can do that. So he is earning a lot, but because he's a designated player for us, he's actually only taking $10,000-ish out of the wage allowance. So with transfers out of the way, let's go on to the results off camera, and it's been a fantastic run of form. It's been really, really good. We're in 6th place now. We're only 16 points behind the leaders, Dallas. Really, really good form we're in. So following on from the win over Atlanta United, we took on New York City at home and we won 2-1, coming from behind. Really, really good here. We went behind early on. Jerome Kiesewetter scored the goal for New York City inside 8 minutes. Not a good start for us, but we improved as the game went on, and we got a goal just before half-time. Dan Lardy, I believe it was a bit of a mistake from them. I think it was a really bad pass by, I want to say it was Acosta. And then 4 minutes from time, Mukhtar it was a bit of a super sub before he left this. He came on, and then 3 minutes later scored from a free kick, 2-1, and it's a win. I think it was deserved. You know, we had a bad start conceding the goal, but we grew as the game went on, and you know, we were really good with the ball, great possession, and I think it was a deserved win. Then we had LA Galaxy in the 4th round of the US Open Cup as our first cup game, and it was a 2-0 win in Los Angeles. Fantastic result once again here. We went down to 10 men 2 minutes from time, but didn't affect us too much. 2-0, and yeah, the Galaxy fall out early on. I think that's an upset, but it's a great result for us. We hit the crossbar twice in the first half an hour. We could have had 4 goals here compared to 2, but Dan Lardy with the goal eventually, 31st minute, giving us the 1-0 lead. And then we got a set piece in the second half, which was saved, but Arriaga was there for the rebound, 69 minutes, making it 2-0. Like I said, we did have a sending off. Beckham has got a straight red 2 minutes from time, and ended up missing 3 cup matches, so he is unavailable for the upcoming cup semi-final, which is why at the moment we're not really going to Beckley's. We're starting Dotson at right back, just because I don't want to upset the balance by rotating right backs every game. Fitness wise, we're good, so I feel like we can just keep Dotson in. Beckley's has been good, but I don't want to keep switching them between games, if that makes sense. Then we had a great result against New England Revolution, 4-1 here, but again, we went behind. We start these games badly, but we end up just blowing them away at the end. Stuart Mellier scored the goal for New England inside 23 minutes to give them the 1-0 lead. We did go behind. We equalised not long after, though. David Beckham with the equaliser just 3 minutes after New England's goal. Hinman scored just before half-time in the very last minute of the first half, and then added 2 more in the second half. So not only is Hinman brilliant at finding a pass, but he can also score as well. A hat-trick for Emerson Hinman. Great performance by him. That should be a 10. I know he's a hat-trick, but that should be a 10. With 5 key passes as well, he was sublime in this game. And that was another match against Atlanta United, this time in the 5th round of the US Open Cup, and another 2-0 win. 2 goals in as many minutes in the first half. Hinman got his 4th goal in 2 games to give us a 1-0 lead, and 2 minutes later, Abu Ladi scored to make it 2-0, and after that, we just held firm, defended. Atlanta had a few shots on target, a couple of chances, but could not get the goal, and it was through to the next round of the Cup for us. Before that, we had an away game against the Colorado Rapids. This was a 1-0 win. A little bit closer this one. We did have lots of possession, but struggled to create chances here. We did get the 1 goal, and it came from Randall Leal just a minute after coming on from the bench. Just an instant impact from Leal. And yeah, another good performance. We defended very well in this one. Weren't as good going forward, but got the 1 goal and managed to get another 3 points. And then lastly, our 6th game off camera, because we had a few cup games and decided to play through all of them. We went through to the semis. We beat New York Red Bulls 2-1 in the quarterfinals to put a semi-final together. We led 2-0 in the first half. Dan Lardy and Lovitz with his first goal from a free kick, giving us that 2-0 lead. Red Bulls did get a goal back in the second half for Picol with that 72nd minute goal. But we managed to hold on and get the win through to the semi-finals. Fantastic run in the cup as well. I think we got to the semis last season, but this time's been just brilliant. And, you know, we've won, what's that, 7 games in a row? Like 8 games in 9. Fantastic, fantastic form. Hopefully it keeps going, because it was around this time that we started really struggling, because I think it was after that semi-final. From then on, I think we lost every game. So I don't want that to happen again, but at the moment they've shown no signs of falling off a cliff this season. Last season was just a disaster how it ended. But yeah, hopefully things go okay. The issue at the moment is, though, that we've got some injuries, some long-term injuries, and there's also the CONCACAF Gold Cup, which is like the European Championships for the USA and Mexico and Canada and all those sort of Central American sides. So we have got a couple of players on international duty as well. So there's a few absentees for this one. So finally onto the match. I know it's going to be a long one today, but there was a lot to get through. Sporting Kansas City are favourites, but our form is incredible. So Beckham, our right back, is on international duty with Honduras. Hinman, arguably our best player at the moment, is away with the USA. We've also got Besler out because he's injured, probably out for the season, I think. So there was someone out for the season. It may have been him. Yeah, Besler's out for the season with a spinal injury, so he's not going to be back till probably October, November time. So he's done for the season, unfortunately. So yeah, we've got like 3 injuries and 2 people out on international. So not great. This is the team we're going to go before the match. So Danladi will keep his place up front. Wide players is not going too well at the moment. Akam has been a bit quiet. Legit hasn't really had the impact that I would have hoped. But we're going to go with those 2 today because we don't really have much alternative. Pozuelo in that advanced playmaker role with McCarthy and Panada just behind him. The back 4 today, Lovitz, Arriaga, Nazara and Anibaba. Dotson not quite fit to play, so Anibaba is going to have to be like a makeshift right back today. Let's go Gleason instead of Letjet. Let's try that. We'll give him his first appearance. Right, I've told them that we've been on a good run, so just keep it going. It's been good so far. Hopefully we can keep it going. The form has been great so far. There's an early corner for Kansas City though, and it's headed away by Arriaga. Here is Gutierrez to Nugbe. Gutierrez with it back and goes backwards to another Besler. I guess there's a couple. Maybe they're related. We've got a Nick. They've got a Joe, I think his name was, or Matt. I don't know. Cross headed away by McCarthy. Here's Gleason. First start for him. But he's lost the ball there. Not great. And Saloy could go for goal. Well, didn't quite get it right. Oh, and he's lost the ball there. Saloy has a go for goal, but it's wide. And there's a couple of times now in the first 10 minutes that we've given the ball away. And now it's a free kick. And this opening 15 minutes has been all Kansas. And it's another header, but it's over. We haven't really gotten out of our half yet. 35th minute of the game. Here is Besler. And Gleason pressuring him to try and get the tackle, but doesn't get it. Here's Nazaret. And that's not a good ball. Again, Nugbe. We haven't really got going in this game, and it's another shot for them. I don't think we've had one yet. No, we haven't. That's one of the poorer first halves we've had this season. We haven't had a shot. It's been all Kansas City. They've only had 1 shot on target, but we've made a couple of mistakes and we've given the ball away a couple of times. So we need to be doing better than that. I'm not actually pleased. Coming up on the hour, Gwing with a set piece, which doesn't amount to anything. It's cleared by Nazaret. Akam will keep this in. He does. Can we get something from this? It's the first time we're seeing us with possession, really. That's a great ball for Danladi. This could be a shot here. No, it's not. It's a good block by Scheuberg. Gleason has not done well, so we're going to remove him. We're going to bring on Letjet. We're going to move Akam to the right, swap them round. Pozuelo. McCarthy. Finds Lovitz, and that's a ball forward again for Danladi. Could this be the goal? It is a goal! I've got to say that's probably against the run of play, because this game has been all Kansas City, but Danladi gets the 1-0 lead for us in the 69th minute. Okay, I think we just try and defend this now, because we have been a little bit shaky at the back. And there's a highlight straight from kickoff, which I'm never happy about seeing, because usually it means an instant reply, a swift reply. That's a big clearance, though. It's Nugbe. To Williams. Goes for a long ball. Well won by Arriaga. Yetjek keeps it in, but gives it away to Nugbe again. Can he stay with him? Come on. Backwards. Williams. Ely to Gutierrez. I mean, we've got a lot of men behind the ball here, which I'm pleased about. But we're very high up. I feel like we should maybe drop that defensive line. Good save there by Elliott from the shot by, I think his name was Dunn. No, it's Duke. We're just going to drop Pozuelo back as a DLP. We're also going to drop the line of engagement and the defensive line. Turn that offside trap off. Right, we've got a lot of tired players out there. Panada needs to come off. So we're going to put Arriaga on. Oh god, we've only got Barbosa at centre back. Alright, it's going to have to be Barbosa then. Okay, we've got 3 minutes of stoppage time. It's a header, but it's over. Can we hold on for this? Come on, just stoppage time to play. We've got one more change to make. McCarthy's tired, so we'll put Dotson on. And then that's our last change. We're playing defensive. We've had the 3 minutes of injury time. It looks like a 1-0 win, and it is. And we actually managed to get through the game as well. That's good. But 1-0. Deserved? I'm not too sure. We have some good ratings in there. The Lovitz gets the assist, and we've got some 7s in there. But we didn't create too much again in that game. And I feel like Kansas City, again, they probably had chances they didn't take either. Look at that. Lots of key passes. Sanchez for them was instrumental in midfield, but didn't really amount to many chances. We actually had more chances than them, despite having just 2 shots on target. It was a strange match, that one. Turns out that we were up against Sporting Kansas City and their new manager in his first match. So we've broken that duck as well, because the amount of times that we've lost to a manager in his first game in charge, it's mad. So it's good to know that we actually managed to do that as well. So we've got just 11 games left in the league, but we do have that cup semi-final as well. We've got Chicago Fire, the only team that we haven't faced yet. So that's actually quite nice. We actually get to face Chicago Fire in this save. It's the only team that we haven't faced. So do we do that next time? It's a semi-final. I think we do that next time. I think we'll do a double livecom next episode. We'll have Chicago, and I think we'll do Vancouver Whitecaps as well, because I think they beat us earlier in the season. One of the few teams that have this season. They did. They beat us 2-1 at home. So we're going to do a double livecom next time. I'm going to only do 2 matches off camera, Houston and Dallas. We're going to face Chicago for the first time in the Cup. And we'll also add in Vancouver as well. So double livecom next time. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, drop a like down below, leave comments, and if you haven't done so already, or if you're new, then do consider subscribing and turning on notifications. And next time, a double livecom for you, 1 of 2 this season, I think, because we're going to end with 1 as well. We always do. I know it might have been a long one today with transfers and, you know, all the kerfuffle from last episode, but hopefully it wasn't too long. I'll try and cut it down as much as I can. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.